Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the fifth episode of Dr. Chess, um, the series which began, I guess, around 1.5 month ago. And I guess it has been working out very, very well. And that's the reason why I have decided to continue it. As you can see here, that's the poster that we made right at the first. I would like to thank Pulkit who makes these thumbnails. Nice one, putting me in doctor's clothes. And well, over the last, I think, four episodes, I've met around 20 people, and well, it has been good. I should get some feedback from them as well as how it has been working out. But I think in general, things have been going on pretty well, because I did receive some messages from few of them saying that it has motivated them to work harder, given them new ideas to work. And so I decided to keep going, continuing this. Uh, Jamil, welcome Jamil in the chat. I think this is the first time Jamil would be present in a Dr. Chess episode. So the idea is that we have a Discord channel, Chess Base India. You can find the link in the description. You click on that and you come to, let me share my screen with you so that you know where exactly you should be coming. So let me take off the black screen here, and this is where, this is the Chess Base India Discord over here. And where you need to be coming today is in the Dr. Chess. This is the Dr. Chess room, and below is the appointment lobby. So there are these people waiting. You can join in there and you can come, and we can have a talk. So this is the room where only two people are allowed. There were already two of them, so I will keep both of them for now, because Uday Tiwari is someone whom I have spoken to before. Let me unmute myself here and let me get my earphones in. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Uday Tiwari and Viraj Pandit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Viraj can hear me. And what about Uday? I think Uday is not there. Viraj, can you switch on your camera?
Yeah, sure, I will. Uh,
Okay, I will.
uh, I'm sorry, I'm a noob, but how to do that? Can you help me out, please?
There is a button down below
On
where,
camera. Yeah.
yeah, good. Okay, wonderful. Viraj, I can see you now.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. And tell us a bit about yourself, about your chess, about your chess journey. Where are you right now, and what help do you need?
I'm from Mumbai. Okay. So I started playing chess when I was 5 years old, and I started taking some professional training when I was 13, and then I left it after my 10th,
Mm-hmm.
like in ninth or so. And then basically I did not play for 11 in 11th and 12th, but during my school years I was playing DSO and everything. I nearly missed out qualifying for Mumbai suburban. I don't know, but I think they select top five people, right?
Right.
So I nearly missed out. Had I won the last round, I would have got selected. So then I did not play for 11th and 12th, and now I actually play cricket as well. So I got injury. I had a back injury, and after which I decided to play chess.
Okay.
So in November, I played All India University tournament
Mm-hmm.
where I stood 19th. It was a team event, so I was lucky that our team did not perform well, so I got relatively weaker opponents. But I got 19th and I got a 19th rank. So after which I started playing chess a bit more seriously.
Okay. So right now you are what, 18 years old,
20.
20 years old, and
Yeah.
do you have a rating?
I did not play FIDE tournament to get a rating,
Hmm.
but I do play on chess.com and Leechess.
Hmm.
On chess.com, my Blitz rating is 1800, and on Leechess it is about 1900, I guess.
No, not bad, not bad. So you are pretty strong. Actually, the funny thing is, in my life as well, when I was playing badminton, I was actually a better badminton player, and then an injury made me somehow I got more time at home because I had a knee injury. So I started playing chess. So somewhat similar to you, yeah, like cricket, you stop playing because of an injury. So tell us, how can I help you, and what's your chess problem?
So, first of all, these days I play, positional kind of openings like French. I played against Weber as well. I don't think it was way back, it was in episode. So, my problem is, in those close positions, I know how to improve my pieces,
Hmm.
but I just can't manage to attack. And basically, I will improve all my pieces. I will get a good pawn structure and everything. But I just can't convert those positions. For example, can I show you a position if you don't
Yeah,
mind?
sure. Uh,
Uh, yeah. So,
so you can tell me
can
the
you,
position. I'll share my screen if that works. Let me see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. I
okay.
hope today it will work.
What stream is
Can
on?
can you can you see my screen? Can you see the chessboard?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So,
wonderful, fantastic. Okay, I'm going to also get you on the screen. One second. Let me make sure you are there.
uh,
Okay.
so I'm black, okay, and I have pawns on a6 and b5.
Okay. Sorry.
Rooks on c6 and c8,
Okay.
bishop on e7 and g6,
Okay.
pawns on d5, e6, f7, g7, and h7,
Mm-hmm.
and on g8, queen on b6, knight on c4. This is my position. Now, white's position is a3, b2, then d4, e3, f2, g4, and
Whenever you h3 or h2,
h3, h3.
whenever you call out a position, what you should
Hmm.
do is start with white, start with king, queen, rooks, bishop, knight, then pawns. Then you go to black king, black queen, black rooks, black bishops, black knight, and then pawns. In that way, you won't miss anything. But okay, let's do it with the white pieces now. White king.
White king is on g1.
Okay.
Rook. Then should I mention the rooks?
No,
a1.
queen. Go
Okay.
go value
Queen is on
wise.
queen is on b3.
Okay.
Knight is on c3.
Mm-hmm.
Bishops are on f4 and g2,
Okay.
and rooks are on a1 and c1.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all.
And you are
That's all.
black in this
Yeah.
position.
Yes, I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
So I now if I look at the position as far as I am concerned, I don't think there is anything left to improve as such the pieces, or my black bishop is on a good diagonal. Maybe my queen can be better placed, but generally I like my queen close to those a pawns and everything, a
Okay.
and b pawn. So here I did look at how the what the engine suggested, but I don't know. But if I'm going to play, I don't know what it should be my thought process in this position.
Okay. Let's try to understand. I don't know what the engine said, so I'm going to try and tell you how I would think in this position, and maybe then we can try to compare. So the first thing, as you rightly pointed out, we have got all our pieces nicely placed in the position, and also I would say black is definitely slightly better for sure here because his pieces are very well placed. The important thing is how to continue. And usually, the way I in which I would assess a position is by my eight rules of Silman. I don't know if you have seen this imbalance theory. So I would see the minor pieces and I would see, okay, the minor pieces are pretty okay. Then I would look at pawn structure. In pawn structure also, both sides have a relatively fine pawn structure. The third thing is space. I think black definitely has some more space because of these pawns on queen side. And then you go on to material is equal. And I think the most important point now comes the weak squares. Basically the weak squares, open files. So open file is C file. Black has control of that file, at least in a way you have better prepared for that file. And the weak squares, if you look at, for me, I think h4 is slightly weak because of his pawns being pushed. Also d3 I see is a little soft point. Also b3, c2, all these light squares in the position, I find them slightly weak because the bishop is sort of out of the game and he's put all his pawns on the dark squares. So definitely something related to the uh, light squares is what I would start to think about in such a position. Then we come to the initiative. It's black to move right here.
Oh yeah, it's
So
bad.
so is there something I can do immediately to put you under pressure? So my ideas would go to b4 here. Does that work? Because it's a very direct move, but maybe it runs into knight a4. So we'll think about it. And then there is also the last thing, which is development here. But I think developmentally both sides are developed. King safety, both kings look relatively safe. Maybe slightly white king looks a little bit open, but it's safe. I cannot attack it easily. So after taking all of this into consideration, I see that I have to play on your weak squares somehow here. So one of the ideas that does come to mind, and I don't know if how good it is knight d2 over here. Let me make it black to move here. Knight d2 with the idea of maybe jumping with the knight to e4 and trying to make use of this pin. As you rightly pointed out, because you have improved the position already, it's time to think something concrete here. I would also think about some tactical ideas, which are knight into a3, because then after rook a3 is b4 here a possibility, because if that comes, but knight a3 he just takes back ba3, and I don't see a way in which I can win material. No, I don't think we can win. Yeah, because he can always jump back 92. So a5 and b4 is something that I really want to do, or at least think of pushing the pawns, but right now it's impossible because b5 is hanging. So all of this does lead me to think that perhaps I can do something like knight a5 also here, where I am trying to take more control. Knight a5 followed by b4 is one move that comes to mind. Play on this side of the board, somehow move the knight and play. It would be my thought process, but what exactly, let me think.
You want to move the knight because you want to access the C file more efficiently.
Yeah, exactly. I want to move this and play b4. If I can, just a dream scenario could be something like this: knight a5, queen d1, b4, and of course knight a4 is an irritating move here, but I don't know how good or bad that is. But after takes, queen b4, if I can reach something like this, I believe that I have the initiative, especially because my bishop here is doing a fantastic job. My knight is looking at this square. b2 is more weak than a6. Knight can jump to c4. So really I want to get in this breakthrough in the position. But yeah, maybe you can think of tactical moves also here, which is queen a5, because then your idea is knight b2 always in all the lines. So let's say queen a5 here. Not a
Mm.
bad move here, to think about it, because he has to think about this threat in the position.
Mhm.
Maybe he goes knight e2, but then I can jump in queen d2.
Knight d2. Sorry, knight d2 as well might work, right? If he goes to e2, knight e2.
Yeah, but then I was a little bit concerned about rook into c6. I may have to take back, and then go back here. I don't
Mhm.
know if I have gained something, but definitely I think after knight e4, you can see slight improvement in black's position. Even not knight e4, but something else. Maybe bishop c2 might be an option here. Yeah, bishop c2 could be strong. You see how just having certain tactical ideas, because your pieces are more active, certain tactical ideas start to work with queen a5 in the position, with knight b2 as a threat, with so what was your thinking here, and what did you play?
Uh, I lost the game actually. I lost it because I thought I would make a waiting move. The player was strong. He's my coach, and so the player was strong.
Hmm.
So I thought I would just wait, and
Well,
I played h6 here, which is not a
h6,
good
yeah,
move.
it's just a pointless move, trying to, okay, maybe you want to make sure your back rank is safe, but
Hmm.
what about b4 also? I mean, we shouldn't discount this move completely. I mean,
Before I remember analyzing b4. Then I just discarded it after knight a4.
yeah, but let's continue, because it's not over. Queen b5.
Then your idea might be. Uh,
As I said, the queen is what is holding his entire queen side together. Once the
hmm,
queen is off, these two bishops look really silly to me somehow. They are a little bit off the board. And if he takes here, I want to take with the queen and exchange the queens and play a position like this. Maybe it helps me because b2 is slightly weak, and also I may have ideas like knight d2, knight b3, and I have control of the c file. That's the main thing. You are right that it might not be too much. Say something like bishop f1, and he starts to look at this weakness. I may go a5. I still believe that black is slightly better here, because of his better pieces. Yeah.
mhm.
So h6 is definitely not in the spirit. What is
Yep.
what is computer's suggestion?
Computer was basically it was something like rook b6 and then b4. After moving the queen, I don't remember whether it was b7 or something.
Yeah,
And it was rook b6 and then b4.
yeah.
That is what I remember.
Yeah, again, the idea is to do something here, but always you have to be careful about knight a4 tricks in the position whenever you play b4. But it's such positions are just something that is enjoyable. I will show you one example, from I don't know if you attend morning series with the comedians.
I do.
You do. So in that, let me just show you this game. Yeah, this is the one. This was played just a couple of days ago, and so I faced a similar problem like you. If we come to the point where the game is somewhere here. So what has happened is, I'm black, and I have kind of, I see there is a weakness here. I have improved my
Mm,
position quite well. My pieces are well posted. I am looking at moves like knight e4, bishop e4, d e4, and I'm
mm,
thinking to myself, like, yes, he can go knight h4 then next, and I can't trap his knight. Should I do it? Because finally, I will end up with a not a great bishop against a knight. My knight is pretty good, and so here I can do something, but at the same time I can also wait. I can improve bishop c6. My idea is queen b7 with the idea of d4 at some point. So it's just a small waiting move. And this is something which is very difficult and could also be very bad. Once you get into the habit of making small improving moves, you may start um, doing that so often that even when there is a tactic, you will be like, let me improve my position. So
Mhm.
positional chess is all about maintaining the balance between when is the right time. So here you must quickly look at ideas like knight g4, knight e4, d4, all these concrete ideas. And when they are not working, then you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to improve my position. But the moment when your opponent makes a move like this, now you should be so switched on that instead of now making some improving move, you see, okay, knight e4 takes, knight moves, bishop g4, rook is trapped. So switching between calculation and slowly improving your position is never easy, because once you get into one mind frame, the other one is complete opposite. One is where you are just trying to slowly improve, the other one is where you need to look at moves back to back. So here when we look at this position here right now, as we checked, sorry, this position which we have on the board, I looked at first very concrete moves like knight d2, b4, h5 also came into my mind, to just even h6 a better is h5, just trying to soften up this squares. All these moves concretely came into my mind, and only when I see them, that okay, knight d2, I look very carefully, queen d1, what can I do next? Can I attack something? Can I come back to e4? Is this pin going to be anyway useful? He takes, I take back, he takes, I take back. What is this position? Is this better for me? This is concrete calculation. And then
Mhm.
I will be saying, if he takes, I can take with the queen and permanently have control over the c file. If he doesn't
Mhm.
take, then basically I can next move try to go rook c4, queen c6, play on the dark square. And here, if I'm unhappy with my position after looking at concrete moves, then I will say, okay, here maybe I can go queen b7 as you mentioned, rook b6, and slowly a5, b4. Actually, as I said, yeah, we want to do that, but how to do it? This is the slow version. But tell me something, knight d2. And now that I was talking about it, I found this not to be so silly, this entire plan.
I actually remember calculating this, but now that I look at it, the double pawn on e4, basically e file, it is not really a weakness because queen cannot attack unless it goes to
Absolutely.
f1 and then g7. Sorry, g2.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the problem for him is that he is really not able to take here, because then I will just go in and get this C file. And if he plays something like Queen F1 or something, just waiting, then I can just improve the position. Even a position like, okay, here maybe I should be slightly careful because he may challenge me like this. So I can look at some ideas here, different ones, like maybe now a5, you know just
Mhm.
slowly trying to go b4, b3. And now I can also play h6, just trying to say, the thing is, he can never try to attack this pawn because c1 is hanging, and if he takes and queen g2, then this is already defended, so you have the c file. So my thinking in chess is concrete, and this is a big problem I faced in my chess career. Concrete thinking is so difficult because you have to calculate, and then if it doesn't work, then you improve your position positionally like queen b7. And so it's like all the time switching gears. You are on gear number 5, and then you are like, doesn't work, now suddenly traffic jam, put back to gear number 1 and try to go slowly. Then suddenly you see, oh, mistake, something he did wrong, a4. Now I need to calculate, is this working, is this, you switch yourself very quickly. And this is what
Mhm.
you need to be switched on for that always. I
Mhm.
think your main problem for me personally is that calculation. You need to improve your calculation, which is
Yeah.
not calculating moves, but trying to look deeper into non-forcing lines. Like for example, knight d2, it might seem like, okay, इसके बाद कुछ नहीं है, but no, the play is continuing because After knight c3, rook c3, rook c3, pawn c3, this pawn is hanging. So there is
mm,
something happening. At the same time, you really don't want to give up your light squared bishop like this, because then these squares become weak. I mean, white doesn't want to give up. So he takes, and now this position you have to evaluate. I believe this is clear advantage for black. I mean,
mm,
computer may say the other line, which is queen b7, but here also, if you give this to computer, it will surely show equal plus
mm.
this position. Maybe not a big an advantage as the other line, but I'm pretty happy with my position here.
Hmm.
So do you understand this ability to calculate and to switch back and stuff like this?
Yes, I do.
And it's very nice you came up with this position, but also I think I managed to give you my thought process, which was more like, I understood that we have to do something about these light squares and this c file because we have it, and then this move does come into the picture. I mean, b4 is definitely something I want to do
Hmm.
also.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah,
I, I think this will really help me because, as you said, shifting gears is quite difficult for me because once I get into that improving your pieces mode and your pawn structure and everything, I really don't look out for tactics, and sometimes I just miss that. But I think I get your thought process. I
it's
think I
it's
will try to.
also it's also like life, for example, let's say your parents, normal
Hmm.
days you have normal life, you wake up, you meet them, it's very easy to be in a routine. But when you have a special days, for example, it's their birthday or if there is something, then you do something special for them, you immediately switch gears, it's no longer a simple day. Similarly, in a chess position, it's like this is a normal position, suddenly something happens and you're like, oh, this is like a birthday, I need to think, in human life also, people who can't switch gears at the right time, they end up being quite they lose relationships, they lose things. So you need to be very careful, just like that on the chessboard, when is the right time to switch, when is the right time to and you need to keep doing that on every move, and it can be so tiring because you are like calculating, does h5 work here, hg takes f6, king f7, rook h8, something like this. Okay, doesn't work, let me wait, now let me play like queen b7. Okay, now suddenly he plays h4 and you're like, oh, suddenly something works, now I can take this. I'm just trying to tell you, every little change in the position, you start thinking that whether this works or not. Rook moves away somewhere and you are like, oh, rook moved away, suddenly bishop c2, some ideas can flow in. So be alert, be switched on. Not easy, but try to do it.
Uh, I had just some theoretical questions like right now, before the lockdown, I had a rating of 1550, around 1550 in Blitz. Not, I don't play Rapid too much, but and I had reached 1692 about a year back in September of 2019, and I'm really not happy. How can I improve the pace of my how can I improve even
Sorry,
faster?
can you say what was your rating you said?
In September of 2019, I
Hmm.
reached a peak rating of 1692
Okay.
in Chennai, and now I am 1800. After say 3 months, March,
Hmm.
3 4 months, I am like barely increasing, and I've played chess a lot. I've been practicing a lot.
Hmm.
So how can I improve how can I improve how can I improve a bit
See, the
faster?
basic thing is, once you fix these weaknesses, and I can clearly sense calculation as your biggest problem, because if you make a move like h6 here, it means that you are sort of not able to assess things well. You are not able to calculate positions properly. So we can look at more of your games at some point. You can have a look at them, but this could be a very big problem. So instead of trying to focus on the rating, try to look where you are lacking and try to fix that. So if it's your positional chess, then you try to fix that. But I believe what Vidit said yesterday, if you can solve lot of positions, like 1,000 positions a week, It's really asking a lot, because it comes to something like 150 positions a day, which will, let's say, even if you take 2 minutes per position, then it comes to roughly around 5 hours of work. But if you have time and energy, and if you are looking for chess improvement, you don't have anything else to do, I would say solve a lot of position and make your brain in a way that whatever be the position, you can calculate. See, right now it's early in the morning, I just woke up and you gave me a position. I could already start thinking. There is never a time when I'm like, oh, aaj subah hai, I'm not feeling like thinking. It's because of constant work, constantly looking at positions, constantly doing chess. Even like today morning when I woke up, I started looking at Anand's game, in from Anand Carlsen, and I will start to look at it on my own, try to understand what Anand did right, what Anand did wrong, where could Carlsen have improved, and all of that. And then you see, my over a period of time, my thinking becomes better.
Hmm.
And I'm actually very curious to see how I would also do if I play tournaments, because I have been thinking about chess a lot recently in the last 2 years since I stopped playing. So same way, you need to keep on constantly thinking about chess thinking, try to improve your thought process. Like, never should a move like h6 come into your mind first. And I don't think it came first to your mind as well, but it should not be. This is like settling down for something. So try to work on calculation. I think look at a lot of positions. It could be books. There's so many books, woodpecker method. There is uh, Jacob Agard books on calculation. There are other books on tactics, many tactical books. There are online portals like chessbase, chess.com, lee chess, chess tempo. Go there, start solving. The main thing is, take any position. Like you're walking, there was one very nice ad where Judith Polgar or Suzanne Polgar is walking, a bus passes by, and the bus has a position, and she sees it, and she's like, oh, what's the move? The thought is not to just see the position. The thought is like, oh, what is the next move? It's because they've developed this thinking process. Whenever they see a position, they're like, what to play next. So I would like you to start doing that in your daily routine.
Uh, yes, I will definitely improve that. How to basically non-forcing lines. That is a takeaway. To calculate non-forcing lines, and I am basically I'm thinking of training systematically, like uh, training, giving certain time to openings, because right now I just play 2 or 3 openings, which is which may not be sufficient, in the future. So how to systematically divide time between various aspects of chess, like opening, middle game, end game,
You want
or
you
is it?
want a real answer, or you want a feel good answer?
No, I want a real answer.
The real answer is that overall you should not try to divide your time into different things. I have been trying to do that all through my chess career when I was working. The important thing, as chess is a whole, the entire thing. If you can improve your entire thought process of chess, of how to think in any given position, and try calculation. Like, let's say, whenever I'm showing a game or whenever I play, I analyze opening, middle game, end game. Actually, in one flow, I'm doing everything. So, whenever you feel like it, if you can work on certain parts of your games, it should be good enough. Like, if you allocate time, let's say 2 hours to openings, 2 hours to middle game, 2 hours to end game, and imagine that you are looking at an opening and you looked like 20 moves in the line, and suddenly a middle game position which is very interesting came up. Now, are you studying an opening, or are you studying the middle game? What are you doing?
If the middle game is much more interesting, I would really look at the middle game.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the lines start getting blurred after a point. When you're working on opening, when you look at it thoroughly, when you are looking, let's say, at French games, and you start looking games of Victor Korchnoi, like, for example, I'll save this in Harsh. Your name is Viraj Pandit, right?
Yes.
So let's say, if I'm looking at a game of Korchnoi, who is a French expert. So I'll go here. in the mega database. And I know there is a very famous game, but of course, it's yeah. So this is the one. This is Udovchich. Let me first minimize. No, not this. Where is it? 30. Yeah, this one. So now let's look at it. Let's just give you an example. For example, this is the game, very famous game actually of Korchnoi, and I'm looking at this line for white, and I look at it in French, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, pawn sacrifice line, takes, knight f3, queen b6. Have you seen this before? This line as a French player?
Yes, I have played this line myself.
Okay, very good. So queen a4. Now the idea is to switch the queen over here to attack. Queen b4,
Hmm.
queen c2, h6, bishop d2, queen b6, rook c1. And now the opening phase is over. You know, many opening books will give white has a initiative for the pawn. White is a pawn down, but look at his development. He has nice control of the c file, everything. But I'm very interested to see how is Korchnoi going to break through. Is he going to play queen c7, exchange the queens, or is he going to try and do something on the king side by pushing the pawns? So then I look at bishop e7 and I see, oh, queen a4. You know, his idea is once again to switch the queen over here.
Hmm.
And so Udovchich went queen d8. Now suddenly rook c2, trying to. So he's keeping all the threats intact. Now, am I studying opening or am I studying middle game? Am I looking at perhaps something else? So this is what studying chess is more about, trying to do everything that you can and understanding it well. You know, many people work on chess and they are like not even in the mood to work, but they keep working. This should never
Hmm.
happen. You should always be switched on, you should always be excited, and you should try to allocate basically time to doing things which interest you a lot and which are useful. So right now, if I say calculation is the key, then you calculate for, let's say, the next 1 month. Just focus on calculation, but it doesn't have to be middle game, end game, or opening. It can be any position. For example, you could go to any end game position and start calculating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I think for now, uh, Viraj, try to spend a lot of time on calculation, because that will really make you a stronger player and make you fast. You know, you should be calculating lines very quickly.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, Thanks a lot. Because of you guys, you, Samay, with it, I started playing chess again in this lockdown, and I, it has kept me sane. In this lockdown. So thanks to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm very glad to know that, and I'm glad that you have come back to chess. You're playing, and well, you never know, yeah. Like if you start doing a lot of things and you play certain tournaments, who knows? You may get a good rating and perhaps play it often. You know, so keep working on chess.
Yes, I had a very close game with Nubair Shah.
Ah,
Uh,
nice.
you know, he was winning. Then I had a -61 pawn endgame. I was a pawn up in the pawn endgame, and then I blundered.
No,
So that kind of.
I can sense that you have the chess sense. You know, even the position which you showed me is a very typical one. To get such a position itself, like you played decent chess. So the important thing now is to work on the finer points of your game.
Correct, correct.
Okay, Viraj, I'll see you again. Let me get someone next on the line. It was very nice talking to you. Where are you from, by the way? Which Mumbai, right?
Vile parle, vile parle.
Okay, nice. We will meet someday. I also live in
Yeah,
Mumbai.
yes, I'm Ghatkar.
Yes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Is Uday Tiwari here? Guys, one super chat by Yadnesh Desai. Started with 500 2 months back, reached 1000 yesterday. Next stop 1100. Yadinesh, very, very happy to know this, that you reached 1000. Yes, 1100 is the aim, but always look at trying to fix your weaknesses, because rating is never in your control, but your improvement is. What you want to improve, what do you want to take out? So try to look focus on that rather than the rating. The rating will take care of it on its own, but excellent. Okay, Uday Tiwari, are you there? Uday Tiwari is the guy whom I suggested to read 100 endgames you should know, but I don't see him switching on his camera. There is no user limit here. Yeah, any number of people can join. Okay, let's ask Uday to join in later. If I can disconnect him, let's get the next person in. Satwik. Hi Satwik, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Satwik, did you come last time?
Yes,
Can you
yes.
switch on your camera? Did we miss the call, like it was halfway through you were going to send me a game and that way?
Yeah, yeah, that happened.
Okay, fantastic. So good to have you back. Can you switch on your camera?
Yeah. It's taking some time. I'm
Okay,
trying.
no problem. But do you have the game ready with you? I liked what Viraj did. He came with a very specific issue. He had a position ready, and then we could pinpoint something very very direct in the way he was, and maybe it was more like I was thinking, and he was trying to grasp where is it that he was not thinking. Okay, and I think that's also another way to do things.
Actually, I'm not clear about where I lag.
You are not clear about where you lack. Yeah, that's very common. But did you bring a game with you which you wanted to show or no?
Yeah, yeah. I've brought a game. I'm sending to you on chat
On?
on this Discord chat.
Okay. Well, this is not a repeat one because he had last time when he was there, we couldn't do anything. I was actually showing a video, I guess, of some video, and then yeah, Anish Giri video, and then at that point Satvik just disconnected, so we couldn't do.
I don't know. This is not working out. This
Okay,
camera.
no problem. Can you send me your game? I don't want to get another
Yeah.
person in, because again, Satvik, you may not be able to speak.
Yes, sir. Yes. I have sent you the link. I've sent you the link.
You sent me here.
Yeah, on Discord chat on this chessbase India one.
Okay. How can I check it? Yeah. Now I can. You look different somehow. Your voice went away. Can you just check? Yeah, now you're here.
Yeah. Yes. I've enabled push to chat. Wait a minute, I'll disable it.
What is push to chat?
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. You are audible, but I just can't see your message somehow. I don't know how.
Um,
Wait, let me check here. Yeah. Got it. Okay, let's look at this. Copy link. Okay, and let's go back into where is complex. Okay, you can see my screen as well.
Not yet. Exen.
This share screen works with some people, it doesn't work with some. It's very funny.
Yeah. Now I can see. Now I can see.
You can see it. Okay, let me download the game. Let me copy this so that we can check it out in our chessbase software. Okay, so you are playing with the
There's some guy on chess.com,
yeah.
and I think there was some I had serious issues in opening. I mean, not that I faced some problem, but this was nothing that I prepared.
Okay, you are black here and you play knight
Yeah, I'm
h5,
black.
which is not bad. And then you take, yeah, so you now have the bishop pair. E5 looks good. I would also consider playing g6 here, putting the bishop on g7, because that's a good square to put the bishop on, because it has no opponent. You can always break with c5 and then maybe the bishop gets more space that way. But okay,
So,
yeah, go on.
so what happens that always I try to get positions that I'm more comfortable with,
Hmm.
and during trying to do that, I always mess up somewhere around here. Means, suppose I've played an opening which I am experiencing, I try to get that opening. Means it's not that it's coming, I'm forcing it through it. I'm forcing the opening, and that's why the position changes completely.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, generally, human beings have a tendency to move towards things where they are more familiar. Okay, so I don't blame you when you go for positions that you know. For example, if you are used to developing your bishop on e7 in most of the lines or on this diagonal, you would be quite afraid to go this way. Because you don't have experience, you don't know what would happen. So the right way to overcome this always is, what would you say uh, removes fear in a person? What is that thing? Satvik,
You-
can you hear me?
yeah,
What is it that removes fear in a person?
yes. Practice and just facing those positions constantly.
Yeah.
Like, if I face this position now again, I won't be afraid to play the moves like g6 and c5, bishop g7, something like that.
Yeah, mainly I would say knowledge. Knowledge actually helps you to overcome fears. So if you can improve your knowledge about more positions, then it would be very useful. And how do you improve your knowledge? By looking at more games, by looking at more great games of great players. And how can you look at more great games of great players? Through books, through databases, through. So I would say, what's your rating around? Do you have a FIDE rating?
Yeah, it's 1142.
1142. Okay. Have you studied some games of the great masters of the past? Any famous player that you like?
No, I've not said it like this, but I used to study the games of the openings I play. So if I was playing French, I used to go on places and look at the all the games that were available.
Yeah. So let's try to come out of that mindset to look at only games of your own opening, because chess as a whole is rich. Chess as a whole is like a beautiful game, and we don't need to limit ourselves to a specific opening. You should like everything in chess. Okay, for example, it's true that you can like, I don't know, what kind of cuisine do you like? Do you like Punjabi? Do you like South Indian?
Yeah, Punjabi.
You like North Indian cuisine? But does that mean
Yes.
that you will never even look at dosas or South Indian food?
No.
Does it mean that you will never look at Mexican or all of these? You have your preferences, but you look at everything, because who knows, you may like something more. You may start liking Japanese cuisine tomorrow, but if you never try, you will never get. So basically, it's very important to expose yourself to more such things. So try to look at games of the great players. Choose one great player. Are you how do you look at yourself? Aggressive player, positional player?
I think it would be aggressive,
Aggressive.
mostly.
Okay, let me check this game. We'll get to know. Let's see. E5, take. Of course, one game is a too small a sample size. Yet I'll ask you certain questions. You went BD6. Okay. Bishop D3. Knight F6. Pretty good. Knight E4. Take. Fine. F5. Yeah, that looks aggressive. Yeah. F5. Bishop D5. I
And here,
I would have been
and
a
here
little
it,
bit more careful here. Maybe
yeah.
this giving up this diagonal here may not have been such a good idea. So maybe start off with something like h6 in this sorry, c6 in this position, because I'm really not afraid of you taking this pawn. I can go g6 and trap this bishop. So from a long term perspective, that is not something that I'm worried about. So c6 with the idea of f5 could have been a little bit more, uh,
would be better.
yeah. Okay, you went f5 here, c6, bishop.
That's where the problem starts. The bishop, as soon as the bishop gains the diagonal,
Yeah,
I start to be afraid of it. And when I'm afraid of these things, I just force the exchanges. Somehow just placing the queen somewhere on queen e7, or then playing the bishop, the moves which are not that good. And
yeah.
that's where the trouble begins.
True. So the important thing is to ask yourself is, okay, I want to play f5. What is my opponent's move? Is he going to go bishop d3 and then I can win a piece with e4? If this is the thought process which excites you and that is the reason why you went f5, then stop doing it. Many people in their mind know bishop d5 is a good move, but deep within they think, अगर opponent bishop d3 खेल देगा तो क्या एक piece मिल जाएगा. They think this in their mind, and then they go f5, and then they are like, okay, bishop d5 देख लेंगे, जो होगा सो होगा, we'll see what happens. But if you are a good player, you will only expect good moves from your opponent. If you can expect only good moves from your opponent, you will find c6 much more enticing, and then you will be like, okay, I should go f5 next move. I'm not sure if this is the best move here, but at least I don't like that this bishop gets such a wonderful diagonal on this square. Okay, e4.
And anyways, I have to deal with the problem of castling.
Yeah, I mean, I
After
was thinking maybe queen e7, bishop e6, and then castle, or just long castle. Both are looking okay. But you went e4, and then now knight. Okay, maybe knight d4 would have been better, I guess, for him.
knight e4 was better
Yeah.
in this case.
Yeah, but knight d2
Then
is slightly passive. It gives you and okay, bishop e5. I'm not so sure about this move, because he will jump to c4, like knight bishop e5 c3, or even knight c4, and I don't know what you are doing here. I mean, if you exchange the queens, I'll take with the rook, and suddenly d6 is a very, very soft square for you. And now look at his
I
position.
would.
All pieces are beautifully active. You are kind of misplaced.
This is the point where I'm trying really hard to just do something with an attack where there's
No, there's no
nothing
attack.
to
I
do
would
it.
say that here it's important to realize that your main edge is the bishop pair. So that is the reason why if he goes knight c4, you can just drop back and you can wait here. I think this position is okay. Next move, you want to play bishop e6 and then short castle or long castle if possible at that point. You have a long-term edge because of the bishop pair. So try to take care of that.
But due to this strong diagonal, I had to exchange the bishop here.
Yes, but
because the bishop had the strong diagonal.
Okay, for example, let's say if bishop e5, here you go queen e7, he goes knight c4, you go bishop c7. Now your idea is bishop e6 and castles. So how does he take care of that? Like, let's say he goes queen d2, bishop e6. If rook d1, trying to take care, you already have rook d8 looking at the position. So I already like black's position here. It's not, I mean, knight d2 seemed somehow very passive to me. Okay, let's go on to the game. c3, queen f6. What is the queen doing here?
I was just bringing it for the exchange.
Oh, what exchange?
And the bishop exchange.
Yeah, but then play it here, no?
There was this another idea that if he removes his queen and this, and then I can attack somewhere. I don't know. I found these ideas illogical, but still I play these moves trying to gain.
I know what you're thinking. Okay, queen f6. Okay, this is a dream world for you. Okay, bishop knight f1, bishop e6. Okay, just for example, queen h5, g6, queen h2, and then I will take this guy here, and I will be able to win this rook. Yeah, something like this.
Just I'm just posing some attacks there, even though they are not logical at all.
Yeah,
Just waiting, if he does some mistake like that,
don't
I
do
can
that.
gain advantage
Don't
out
do
of
that.
it.
Don't do that. See, what is chess? Okay, I'll tell you. One of the most important thing in that chess teaches us is to always expect the best response from our opponents. And this will be so useful not only in chess but also in life. Let's imagine that you are running a company, okay, and you have a plan that you want to launch a product. You have competitors. You should always expect that your competitors are going to play the best move, even in life. And the same thing on the chessboard. You cannot, right now, if you don't see the best move for your opponent, what will happen? You will just lose a game. But if you incorporate the habit of looking for the best moves for your opponent in life as well as on the chessboard, you will actually be able to look a lot further and you will be able to do much better in your life as well. So be very much on this from today onwards, that I want to just look at the best moves for my opponent. Okay, just don't look at bad moves.
Calculating all just the best moves. And
Best moves. And if your opponent makes a bad move, punish him. Like, we have this Tricky Stanny series. Have you seen this Tricky Stanny from Trickistan?
yeah, I've seen them, but they don't usually match with the timing, so I just see the
Yeah,
recordings and
when you
all.
see the recording, you will see that strong players set traps by making good moves, not bad moves. So if there is a trap which is in the position which also furthers your aim, like for example, someone says queen d3. If my opponent doesn't see, then I may take on g3 and then fg3 and queen e3. But they don't look at opponent's good move, and then opponent plays knight c4 and they're like, "Arey, queen exchange." Or what I'm trying to say is, they will not consider the best move for their opponent and try to set traps, which you shouldn't do. You should always see, okay, here queen e7, and now if some trap is happening because you played your queen on e7, that's fine.
So just figuring out good moves and setting out traps with those good
Yes,
moves.
always. If the opponent has, like for in this position, if the opponent has two options, bishop d3 and bishop d5, in your mind this thought should never cross, what if my opponent plays bishop d3 here? I will win a piece, let me do it. The thought should always be, my opponent will play bishop d5, and now if the position is good for you, go for it. But if the position is bad for you here, don't go for it. I
Yeah.
had a friend,
Yes.
okay, I
Yes.
had a friend, very talented, very strong at chess, but was always so much attracted towards traps. He was like, अगर मेरा opponent trap में फंस जाएगा, then I will score a win in 20 moves. If my opponent gets trapped, I will beat him in 15 moves. And now, right now, what is his situation? He
He won't. He is not that good at all
he's
now.
left
He
chess.
just loved.
He left chess because he could
Oh.
he could always beat players who were around 1200, 1100. He was around 1900. But whenever he faced 2200 or 2300 players, they would always find his traps, work through it, and so he would lose. So be careful about this habit, Satwik. You need to be very careful. I don't think we need to go through the entire game. Just this one thing, this one advice which I want to give you and which can be very useful is, look at the best moves for your opponent. Will you?
Yes, sir.
Please do that, and consciously, even if it is very uncomfortable for you and not able to find good moves, make it a habit. From a long term perspective, you will gain a lot out of it. You will become a better player.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think here we can also play bishop e6 now.
No, this
I
pawn
just
is
figured
hanging,
that out. No, we can then play rook
but
b8.
then there's check.
Yeah,
So
not
that's
yet.
why I was liking c6, because yeah, ideally you want to do this, but check, and then he saves this pawn. you may get a bad position. So c6 is a very nice. I mean, black is beautiful in this position. I would love to be black. Two bishops. Oops, sorry. Two bishops here. Nice pawn structure. Everything's okay. Yeah, of course, h7 I'm always afraid. But the point is, if you take with the bishop, this is pinned. And you will always be in trouble. Even bishop f5 looks very strong, winning the game. And if you take with the rook here, then of course after rook takes, bishop takes, and g6, this guy is,
Still, it's a trap.
yeah, it's gone. It's he will lose the bishop. So all right, Satvik, take care about this fact, and thanks for sharing with me your game. I want you to make use of this and stay in touch with me on Discord, and maybe we'll have you in future episodes. But stay in touch and try to implement that. And whenever you have played a good game, you can share it with me there. Okay.
Yes. Anything, any book or such that you would recommend?
I would recommend you, if you are an aggressive player, you like aggressive chess, then please have a look at games of Alekhine. Alekhine's best games, 100 best games. Every attacking player usually checks that out. There, it was Kasparov's first book. So just go through those games nicely. You know, you will learn new things. Don't look at, अरे मेरा opening है या नहीं है? Is it my opening? Just look at the game as if it's a game of chess and enjoy it. Learn from it. Make notes after every game. What did you learn from it? What was the thing? Okay. Even if you don't have a best
Yeah.
games book of Alekhine, if you have chessbase and mega database, go into, let me first save your game here. Just go into mega database, open mega database, go into players and write here Alekhine, and then look at all these games here. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you can basically check out his games, some good games, some bad games. But a book में क्या होता है, they have already selected the best games there already. So in that way you will already get some good options. But you know, in mega database also there is an option always to go into this VCS, which is all annotated games. So if you open a game, this is already commentated and you can learn from it. So basically anything that you do, try to look at these games. And secondly, whenever you play online, Satvik, try to
Yes, sir.
try to make sure that your opponent is a grandmaster. Think of him as, say, Vidit Gujarati. Okay, he's one of your, I guess, favorite players,
Yeah.
because he's, you know, he's online, he's India #2, he's always doing such wonderful work. Think that you are playing with it always. Will he make a mistake? Will he make a stupid move? No, he will always find the best
No.
move. So think of your opponent, and then if he makes a mistake, you latch on to it and then you beat him. But never consider bad moves for your opponent in your calculation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care and good luck.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. You can disconnect so the next person can come in.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeffin Manuel.
Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Satvik. Bye. Jeffin Manuel says, do you think timings of matches is taking a toll on Vishy cause he blundered in the fourth match twice? Match which happens at 10 p.m. plus. I think Jeffin, Vishy is a thorough professional. He's played at different times with a huge, whenever there has been a huge time difference in another country when he goes, he has always faced that. So he would prepare himself for such, because he knows this tournament in advance. So he will prepare himself for that well in advance. I don't think it would, but yes, if you talk about energy, maybe by the fourth game he gets tired because of his age, perhaps that's quite possible. Although I still doubt that 15 plus 10 may not be such tiring also online chess in that sense. Karthik Venkatesan, happy morning, made it to 1300. Thanks, Sagar. Karthik, fantastic. Karthik, keep going, keep working on chess, and make sure you make another aim and work towards it. Okay, whom do we have next? Oh, Timur is here. Timur, very nice to have you in the chat. Timur is one of the most, how do you say, lovable top players in the world of chess. In fact, we had him on a stream on Chess Base India, and he was so funny, so lively. I mean, you would imagine these world class players to be so serious, to be so focused. But Timur is like friendly. He jokes, he laughs, and at the same time he goes to the board and beats players like Carlsen and all the top players of the world. He's beaten all of them, wins World Cups, plays in the candidates. So big inspiration for all the people here who are there. Learn from Timur how to be grounded. Yeah, let not success be in your head. Thanks, Timur, once again. Okay, let's look at who's next. Patta Gobi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Patta Gobi is a nice name. I want to get. Hi, hi.
Hello, sir.
What's your name?
I'm not Patta Gobi, I'm Shresh.
Of course. Shrest.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shrest, tell us a bit about yourself. What's your chess level? How did you start playing, and where are you right now at?
I'm not very good at chess, honestly. I've been playing for a long time, but I mean, I basically started after I watched this movie called Pawn Sacrifice. It's about Bobby Fischer.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
hello,
yeah, yeah. I can hear you.
yeah.
So
So
this movie inspired you to start playing chess.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
did. Like
nice.
it
That's
was.
nice.
I I knew about chess. I knew about chess as I was since I was a kid, but I never found it inspiring, and the movie helped me. Like I just started playing for fun,
Okay.
and I was never a sporty kid, and chess was like one of the first games that I actually enjoyed a lot. And I've been trying to get good at chess, and I've been trying to solve tactics, and I've been trying to do all of that. But when it comes to the final game, when I play a game, it's very different. And there's a time pressure also.
Yeah.
So that's very, like, of course, I think about all the things that you've been suggesting in all your lessons and all
Yeah.
the checks and captures and threats, but I can do it for 2 moves, 3 moves, 4 moves,
Yeah.
but there's a time pressure, and after a point, you just get like I just get impatient,
You know,
and
and then you start playing moves which are just out of your
yeah,
intuition, and then you
yeah,
play and then you blunder and then you lose. Yeah, something like that.
exactly. Exactly.
Because you got inspired by a movie. I'm going to give you a movie reference. Have you seen this movie called Milkha Singh?
Yeah,
Bhag
yeah,
Milkha Bhag.
yeah.
And did you see that part where he goes to the Olympics and he doesn't do well, and then he comes back and then he asks his coach as to what is the world record of, I think, 400 meters, yeah, 400 meters run, and he writes something like 46.05 as a timing. And so this is his aim, yeah. But then the way he works for it, he goes to the desert training. Of course, they compressed it, but if you think about
Mm,
it, in order to master something which is very very difficult, you need to train really hard. Because if he doesn't train hard in his practice, he cannot implement that when he goes to the next Olympics. So when you are
yeah.
saying that you cannot implement what you are learning from me into your
Mm,
games, it's only because of lack of practice. Yeah, it's because you don't do it regularly. Imagine you keep doing it again and again, again and again. It is quite possible that you will learn it. So right now, I think the main thing is not about first. So always remember this. First, you should be sure that what you are learning is good. So once you are sure that whatever Sagar is teaching or whatever I want to implement is good, then you put in all the effort to mastering it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what happens? It's like whenever I play some games, I rely on the opponent's moves, and sometimes the opponent's moves are exactly how I want them, and then they work out to be like brilliant. But then one change here or there, it just messes up the whole situation, and then I'm not very sure. Then I start calculating, and then of course, like again, as I said, for 2, 3, 4 moves, it's going well. But then suddenly, when I have like 5, 6 different candidate moves, and then I have to calculate further what will happen if I play this and I play this, then suddenly it just gets too hectic and I lose. So yeah,
Yeah, so this is the thing. Yeah, like did you see the guy with whom I was talking before this? Before this,
yes,
my only suggestion to him was try to look for the best moves for your opponent. Okay, and we can have a look at an example so that this point is more clear. This is actually game which happened yesterday, so very recent game. In fact, just a few hours ago, it was between a person named Magnus Carlsen, whom you might know,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and our very own Vishy Anand. They played
Mhm.
yesterday. I don't know if you have seen that game already.
I haven't. I was going to today morning, but then I started watching the stream.
Yeah. So
So with Rati
so good.
yesterday,
In a
so
way, you haven't seen. So imagine that in this very position, okay,
see it. So
somewhere here, Queen G4. Okay. This is Carlsen is black.
I can't see the game. So
Can
okay.
can you not see the stream which I have shared?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the share screen works for some. It doesn't. I think it should work. Check now on Discord. The screen is shared.
I can't. I
Ah,
can't see
okay.
it. So I let me just open the
Yeah,
stream on my
maybe
phone.
on the stream you can check.
Yeah. Yes, I can see
Okay,
it.
okay. So basically, in this position, uh, Queen G4 was played by Vishy, and you know his aim is to come into C8 in this position over here. Just a second. Let me get. Yeah. So his aim is to come into C8 here and try to checkmate Magnus. But
Yeah.
uh, you know, Magnus here took on G6, and Vishy had to now make a decision as to what to do. So let's say you are now in Anand's shoes. What would you play here as white?
Give me a second. The stream is lagging,
Yeah,
so
yeah, no
like it's
problem, no
behind.
problem. Knight into G6 is what Carlsen played, which was not a great move by Magnus.
Hmm. Okay.
So I think you need to mute your Discord perhaps. On that there are a lot of messages coming up or something.
Yeah, but like if I mute it, won't I not be able to talk? How do
I
I?
don't know, mute messaging or something like that. But anyway, it's
Yeah,
an
wait, I got it.
inconvenience, but it's something we can live with. Oh, did you go away? Oh, this is something I don't like. Can someone get him back? Patta Gobi. Balbir Singh Rana, if you can wait for a bit, would like Patta Gobi to be back because he just left. I think if Nikhil, if you are here,
Balbir Singh Rana. Wow. Yeah.
if you are here, Nikhil, if you can just add Patta Gobi back.
अब मेरा सवाल जवाब चालू होगा मेरा YouTube.
Balbir Singh Rana has switched on his mic, but has switched off his earphones, so he can't hear me. But he can talk. I don't know where is Patta Gobi now. How can I? Uh, okay, what to do?
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Okay, we'll try and get Patta Gobi back on air at some point, but let's see if Balbir Singh Rana. Balbir, can you hear me? I guess Balbir, you see this? He's deafened. He can't hear me. I need to somehow tell him.
Yeah, hello.
Can you switch off?
Can you?
Balbir, can you check your headphones? Oh. Ah,
Yes, I can hear you.
hear me. He has YouTube on, and he can hear YouTube. Okay, this is always tricky. By the way, in the chat, Timur says that we will do something on the King's Indian defense. Timur, that would be wonderful. Looking forward to it, and thank you for stopping by once again. Balbir, if you are hearing the stream, try to unmute, undeafen yourself. Switch on.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, okay, we can't spend time this way. Let's make sure that Balbir, next time try to make sure you can fix this. Okay, Aki Gupta. Can you hear me, Aki? Aki Gupta, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you switch on your camera?
Yes, just a second. Okay, I am quite lost in here. Just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Akash.
Akash Gupta, yeah?
Yes,
How are you, Akash?
good. I'm good.
You're good? Tell me
Yes.
tell me about yourself, tell me about your chess, tell me how is it going and how can I help you?
So, honestly, before Samir Raina started chess on his streams, I have played chess once in my life when I was a kid.
Okay.
So never before.
Okay.
So I used to follow stand-up comedy a lot. So because of that, I came to Samir Raina and I started following chess again. And yeah, so recently I saw this film in which there is an immigrant child who came to France and won the chess championship. He was from Bangladesh. So if you
Really? I'm not aware of that story. Okay.
so yes, his name was Fahim.
Okay.
So yeah, so that story really inspired me. So he was from it is a real movie, non-fiction. So he came from Bangladesh, from a really poor family, and then he came to France to get out of poverty and the conditions he was facing back in his country. And because of chess, he won the Olympiad and he represented France in it.
Okay.
And because of that, he was granted the immigration and migration to France, and his whole family came up to France, and and all of this, he came out of poverty because of chess. So that really inspired me.
Okay.
That how can
I
people-
think it is possible. Also, there's this story of this young boy in US who I think is African origin. Tani is his name, and he also, won at the age of 6 or 7, and his family got a house because of the support that was given. So I believe chess has the power to actually change things at a social level in a big way. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, yes. So yeah, when I used to I not used to I follow all the streams done by Vidit Gujarati, especially you. You're a great master. Samay, who I've seen improving in front of streams only.
Yeah.
He was he, didn't used to play well, but you taught him so he got so much far.
Yeah.
And yes, I tried to look into it, and when I play chess, so first of all, I am not a patient person,
You look
and
very
I
patient the way you talk.
it just looks, but
Yeah.
my action I am not.
Okay.
So so yeah, and I always do that Samay Raina called Jammu Kashmir Gambit. I try to kill pieces, not to play tactically, but yeah. So that is my concern. So how to get patient on the board with the time clock running and everything.
I think overall patience. Is your by chance any stream on YouTube stream or something?
No, I have
Ah,
muted the
you muted
stream.
it. Okay. Also, I don't know what is this voice constantly
What's
coming.
happening? Tell me, I can do
I don't
something.
know. Maybe it's your message or is it me who constantly is getting this message on Discord? Tongue, tongue, tongue. Do you also hear that sound?
Yeah, it's mine. Sorry for
Ah,
that.
okay. Good. Okay. Thank you so much. So, patience
I'm
patience in chess
yeah.
is twofold. One is patience on the chessboard, and the other one is
Mm-hmm.
patience in your thinking, in your life. So I don't know what you are aiming for. Are you looking for patience in your life? Because then that in your mind, then that is something which is not about chess. Then it is more about, let's say, how you want to react even in a normal situation. For example, you go to a supermarket and you see a long queue and you get worked up. You are like, oh, I can't be patient here, I need to do something.
So
So if you want to
this is
fix
you
that,
got me.
then that's a different thing altogether. But if you are talking about patience on the chessboard, and I don't think that the two are highly interconnected. There are people who can be really impatient off the chessboard, but really patient on it, because finally chess is a sport. Yeah, it's a game. So not every of your quality will manifest itself on the board, but in general, yes, it does. For example, if you are impatient off the board, it will show on the board as well. So how to become more patient? uh, it's quite philosophical in that sense. I mean, why are you impatient? Have you thought about it?
I don't know. I don't just like to wait.
But why?
The thing you just uh,
Every
I
every
can't.
question has a thought process. For example, when it comes to chess-based India, and let's say I want it to become
Mhm.
a good company, or I want it to make sure that it keeps on helping more and more people, and it doesn't work out, then I get impatient. But at the core, the reason why I get impatient is because I have this huge aim, and whenever I'm not able to fulfill it, I feel like I'm not doing something worthwhile in life. It's this feeling. This is the reason why I'm a little bit worked up when things don't happen. But at the same time, when it comes to, let's say, my family, and something is not going well, I'm very patient, because I don't have those huge aims or huge things for that. So basically, I'm thinking on those lines, and then I understand why I'm impatient. And it's very important for you to go deeper and try to understand why is this impatience coming when you are standing at a queue um, in a mall. Then basically, why is it why is there impatience? Is it because you want to go somewhere? Is it just you have nothing to do still, like this? And once you realize it, I think it's very important to get prepared for it. For example, if you're going for shopping and you know there will be a huge queue, then carry a book with you, or maybe carry something which you can do in the queue, or make sure that you have certain phone calls to be done when you are in the queue. I think planning yourself in planning what you want to do well, and looking at all the possibilities, can help you to become more patient. If something strikes you without you expecting it, it is very easy to become impatient. But if you are expecting something, I think it's easier to be patient. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I get it now. I get it. So first, be patient in life, then I'll become automatically patient in on the chess.
Not
That's what.
as I said, it doesn't always work that way. But in general, I think if you are impatient in life, that is much serious of a problem than on the chessboard because chess is a game where you'll only lose the game, but in life it can be really more difficult. But as I said, being prepared for the options, being prepared for what's going to happen next will help you to be a little bit more better prepared. And being better prepared always brings patience into the picture. Like for example, I know that there will be problem with people on this Discord channel. I know that people who will come will not know how to unmute themselves or may not be able to share the screen, so I'm patient because I'm prepared for this. But if I'm not, I'm like, oh, today I'm going to see 10 people for sure, and I'll sit down here and suddenly, second person just doesn't switch on his camera. I'm waiting for 10 minutes. I get impatient because I was just not prepared for it. So try to look at the options. By the way, do you live on your own, alone?
Yes, recently I have shifted from India to California.
Yeah.
So from last week tak I was with my family, but since last week I'm living on my
I
own.
see the background. I see there are some bananas, and I see the water bottle, and I know this is how I used to live in tournaments. And so you are, yeah, bachelor life alone. But it's the best time to work on yourself when you have so much space. There are two ways to look at it. People often, when they are alone, they are always trying to find company in different people, which is good. But you can also be like, this is the time when I can think about whatever is not good, and you have already pinpointed a problem in you, which not many people can do ever in their life. So patience is an issue. Work on it. Try to go deeper, try to think about it, and I think it will be very useful.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
stay happy.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
stay happy. Basically, being alone, don't get, and I am always worried, like people who live alone shouldn't get depressed or something like this. So I hope that is
Yeah.
under control.
Yeah, that is obviously under
Very
control.
good, very good, fantastic. Okay, Akash, it was very nice talking to you. Anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, recently there's one more thing. I saw one video on Chess Base India last night in which Magnus Carlsen was playing with, I don't remember the opposite, the person he was playing with. So Magnus Carlsen won that match, and the another player raised an appeal to FIDE saying that
Yeah, Ali Reza.
yeah, he was saying something in Norwegian, and because of that he
Yeah.
got
Okay.
distracted. Yeah, so you were covering
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
behind the camera.
yeah.
I feel like. So does these authorities really uh, come into the picture and address issues like these? Like people have spoken. I saw that he was frustrated, and Magnus Carlsen spoke something in the video. But why did FIDE didn't or the authority? I don't know which authority did he go to. Why didn't they address it, or why didn't they ask the person Magnus Carlsen? Why did he speak anything on the chessboard?
Okay, so this is basically what Akshay is referring to, is this video of Ali Reza and Carlsen controversy. I think it is one of the most popular videos, close to 3 million views now. And I was there looking at it. I mean, I shot this entire thing along with Amruta. And the thing what you are asking is, why didn't people reprimand Carlson for speaking something on the board? Well, because it was within the limits. Like, let's say, if you are playing and you have certain emotional moment and you said, oh, and you do something like this, it's because you got angry on yourself. It was not with an intention to disturb your opponent. True, it was not right. You get a warning for that most of the times, but you wouldn't lose the game. You wouldn't be given. So in this case, there was an appeals committee which was set up even before the tournament, and they looked at this entire incident. They checked what had happened, because I guess they had footage, and then they saw that, okay, Carlson, although he did this, he did not do it to such an extent to disturb Alireza. It was his own emotional thing for which he could have been given a warning, and so at the end he was not given a loss in that sense.
Okay. Intentions were looked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Akash, it was very nice meeting you, and all the best to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Who is it? Nihilesh. Nihilesh is here. Oh, Nihilesh, were you already on this stream once? Yes, Nihilesh, you have been already on the stream once. I remember you.
Sagar.
How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. Nihilesh, do you have a question? Because I would like new people to join in. So if there's something, we can have a look at it very quickly. I can't hear you. Your mic is not working. Check. I can't hear you yet. No, you can remove that thing. It's okay.
Now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I think the first question you have shown from Pandit, no?
Yeah.
That question I have a doubt.
Okay, you have a doubt from the position that was shown on the stream today. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at it very quickly. Here. Yeah. Okay.
That question, the B4 to after B4.
Yeah. Raja, all as always, killing the chat. Yeah, that's Raja for you. Ayushi Sharma, hi Sagar, bye Sagar. Thank you, Akash Kulkarni, for helping me out. Ayushi, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for stopping by. I know this is the time when you are in the hospital and you're getting your treatment. So thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Nihilesh, tell me.
After B4, can white play knight into D5?
Here.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very interesting. What if I take this?
B into D5.
And now?
Does it attack the rook?
I was thinking, what if now knight
And
a5?
C4? Knight A5?
Sorry?
Just queen D1?
Yeah, but then you lose a piece, no? Take, and your piece down.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I
knight
thought.
d5 is not a bad idea, but knight d5 takes, pawn takes, and knight a5 or even knight d2, I was thinking. Should be good. Like perhaps knight a5. I was thinking rook c6 now. Rook c6, and now when you move the queen, I'll move my rook and I'm a piece up. So yeah, doesn't seem to work. Okay, Nihilesh, thank you.
I seen this idea by bishop d3.
Sorry?
I thought this idea where I was thinking that black can play bishop d3, then I saw that white can took knight into d4.
Yeah. Bishop d3 you wanted to do. Yeah, sure. This is a problem here, because then maybe there, but even so, maybe it's not so straightforward. Knight b2. Yeah, perhaps queen d2, and it seems like white is okay here. Completely fine. But yeah, you are right. Bishop d3 and knight d5 is good. Okay. Thank you, Nihilesh. And is everything good at your end? Are you? I can see so many trophies in your background.
That's chess.
That's all chess, yeah. And I remember you are from Erode, yeah. Am I right?
Yes.
Very good. You know, guys, the thing which helps me to remember things like Nihilesh, which city is he from, is when I talk to him, I remember talking to him about Inyan. And Inyan is from Erode. And then whenever I see Nihilesh, I make a connection to what I had spoken. So maybe this is a good way to have a good memory, is to make connections which can help you. But of course, it always doesn't work. Yeah. So thanks, Nihilesh, for stopping by.
And I have one last question.
Okay.
But I think why the people are saying not seeing the board and the thinking. Then Nihal come to your show and I seen that they are thinking up on
Very
the.
interesting question. So what Nihilesh is saying is that why do strong players many times, they're looking at the board, they're seeing a position, and then they look upwards or somewhere else and think about it. And I think Rajabov is in the chat. Raja can give you a good answer to that. But also, I would say the one main reason is that the chessboard is so well ingrained in their head. Like right now, if I think about it, this position which I just showed you is so well placed in my head that it doesn't matter if I have a board or not. Like I can think knight a5, queen d1, b4, ab4, queen b4. Can he go rook a4? No, b2 is hanging. So I don't need the chessboard. I'm just thinking on my own in my head because the position is very clear. So once you become a strong player, the difference between a physical board and a board in the mind is not much, and
Yeah.
many times it helps to avoid distractions. For example, if I'm thinking like this, there's nothing here, while on the board maybe there are pieces and there are sometimes opponent adjusts a piece, you get distracted. But when I'm thinking, or let's say when I've closed my eyes and thinking, I don't get distracted. So this is all about blindfold chess, how you can improve it. If you can look at Vidit's videos on blindfold chess that we have on Chessbase India, it can help you. Raja is saying that I should ask Anand because he's busy right now. He's busy finding a list of 10 women players for his stream. Okay, Raja, I know you're busy. So, okay, Nihilesh, did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
You have to click on disconnect. Or maybe just
I
the
saw.
red bar. Yeah. Okay, Chinamay.
Hello.
Chinamay, can you switch on your camera?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Chinamay. How are you?
Hi. Well, I'm fine.
Where are you from?
I'm from Yavatmal.
Yavatmal in Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, yes.
Tell me, how can I help you? And what's your chess strength? How strong are you?
I'm currently 1490 on chess.com.
And what is your chess problem?
Yeah, जब ये लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ था ना, तब मेरी रेटिंग 1477 थी और फिर अचानक बहुत कम हो गई. तब 1200 के आसपास चली गई. मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि इम्प्रूव कैसे करूं.
बट अभी फिर से 1400 हो गया.
हाँ फिर से, पर अभी 1400 पे मतलब 1490 है. एक दो गेम जीतता हूँ फिर नीचे आ जाता हूँ.
ओके. क्या आप मुझे थोड़े गेम्स आपके भेज सकते हो? एक आध गेम कोई खेला हुआ
गेम्स. हाँ मैंने कल 2 गेम खेले थे, तो एक 1500 के साथ था.
सो मैं कहाँ से देख सकता हूँ?
आप chess.com पे फॉलो कर सकते हैं क्या?
Okay, let's see if I can do that. I'm not a big expert, but let's see. By the way, the question that Chinmay asked is, for all those who don't understand Hindi, is that his rating was 1400, and then at that point lockdown started and his rating went down to, what was it, 1200 or something, and then now he's back. His rating is back on 1400, but he doesn't know how to improve. How do I follow you?
Yeah, below 1200.
Can you see my screen?
Your screen? No.
No, you can't see. Okay. How do I follow you? That is the question. I have no idea. Play home live chess. Is it possible for you
My
to...
ID is Chinnamay, same as
I
Discord.
understand, but from where should I? If anyone can help me. Nikhil in the chat. Nikhil, can you make who was the person who was talking to me?
On chess.
Gobi Patta. If you can find him and put him back in the room after this, would be nice, because he was talking to me and it just got disconnected. I don't know where to search from. Connect. Okay, connect. All right. Chinamai. There you are.
You want to chase?
Okay, let's look at some of your games here. Is this the place? Chinamai HH200. Can you open that game of yours? HH200. And Chinamai is black and he lost.
1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, let me
HH200.
copy this game. Okay, let me get you on the screen as well, Chinamai, so that you can also people who connect from the mobile may be not able to see my screen when I share it.
Yes.
So maybe you can check it in the stream. You may get a small lag, but it's okay. You can keep it muted.
Yeah.
Bishop e7, rook e1. Black is Chinamai. Bishop b3, castles. c3, d6, d4. Okay.
Oh.
You went rook e. I'm just checking your game right now, Chinamai, so I'm not telling you anything. Bishop f8.
Okay.
Knight g5.
Yeah, this all is theory.
Really? This is theory?
No, but I think rook
I
e1.
remember that here after d6, if d4 is played, then bishop g4 is the main move here in this position.
Yeah. I just confused it. The Breyer use your opening series on Breyer. I see this.
Yeah.
I just mixed up some more.
Okay. So here h3, bishop f8, knight g5, and maybe just rook e7 should also be okay, right? Just put your rook on e7. And I don't think you have a problem, but you went d5, ed, knight d5, queen f3. Oh my god, you're getting under some pressure here.
Yes, I just miscalculated. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, queen f3 seems like a strong move to me.
Yeah.
How can you actually fight it? The knight on d5 is hanging. Also the pawn on f7 is hanging. How to protect them both? Bishop e6 looks like the only move.
Bishop e6.
But then he just takes knight e6. Fe6 is forced, and then d5, and you're already worse. Like this is already a lost position.
But he didn't take. He take the pawn.
Yeah, but let's try to first. So this game you clearly made a mistake in the opening. Yeah, like the reason why you didn't play well was because of the opening. Yeah, you're a pawn down, rook f8, bishop d5, e5, rook d5, queen e7, queen e4, and now you blundered a
blunder. Yes. Here was somewhat equal position, but I blundered.
Yeah.
I think according to chess.com, it's 0.8 or something plus.
Yeah, no, this is bad. Let's look at another game that you played. Let's save this one, but this is clearly opening issues. Like for example, you should have played something else in the opening. Let's look at another game where you haven't made an opening error, so we can understand. Okay, this is you crushed your opponent.
Which one?
This game. Okay, this opponent didn't play well, and yeah, nice game. Queen g6 mate. This was your game against Esteban Espitan. I'm going to look at some stronger games, maybe something where, let's look at this one. Surely. It's not easy to just look at a few games and understand, but we'll try to see maximum what is the problem with Chinnamai and how he can improve. Okay, e4, e5, bishop c4. This is against Cholet 5050. Knight f6, d3, bishop c5, knight e2, d5, ed, knight d5, castles, king h1. Why king h8? Why did you play king h8?
Because the bishop is in diagonal. When I move knight, I fear that he sacrifices bishop and the queen comes.
What? Let's say I move my knight on f6. Will he sacrifice on f7?
No, but I was planning to go with knight on f4.
You want to play f5. Okay. But you know, Chinnamai, the most important thing is to develop.
Yeah.
You can play knight c6 here, which is a safe developing move. And then you can put your bishop on e6 if required in this position and finish your development. I think that is more important than king h8 and f5. So knight g3.
Yeah, sometimes I get.
Yeah, go on.
Yes. No, when I open, sometimes I get confused when to develop and when to attack. When sometimes I just go to develop and maybe my position gets worse.
It's true, but more often than not, the thumb rule is first develop and then try to attack. If it's like saying, like, you go to a war, imagine you are a general of an army and everyone is in the tent, everyone is getting ready, and you suddenly say, now all of you, like this few people, go and attack. And they are like, oh, but what about the other? Like, no, they will come later. So the people who will go alone can't do much. So the first thing is to get them ready, get them all ready, and then send them together. So here knight c6 would have been a much better move in my opinion. But you went king h8, knight g3, king f5, f4. Okay, this is already pretty bad. Bad move by him. And you took?
Yes.
Took? Okay, that's fine. And you played knight e3. Okay. Is there something better you can do here instead of knight e3?
Here, queen h3.
Sorry?
Queen h4.
Queen h4?
Queen h4.
Yeah, interesting move. Queen h4. Because you attack this bishop, but then he can take your knight, yeah? So you just lose a piece. I was also thinking
I can take bishop and
I was also thinking of bishop e3, but then he takes bishop into d5 first, because if he takes on e3, then you have knight into e3 for king him.
Yes.
So okay, so basically what you did here, knight e3 seems okay, but I think even knight f4 looks okay here. Knight f4, rook f4.
Yes, I was thinking on the pushing the pawn g5.
No, come on. Don't weaken your king so much. Knight f4, rook f4, g5 is like, I'll go back rook f1
G5.
and look at your king. It's getting unnecessarily weakened.
But he don't have lights dark square bishop, and I think I can attack.
No, it's a good thought. It's a good. I like your fearlessness. Not bad. But okay, you played knight e3, takes, knight c3, c6. Why c6?
Stop its knight's activity.
Stop knight, but then you are also stopping your knight activity.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I played it very fast, I think.
Yeah, because knight c6 may be a better square. Okay, you played c6, queen h5, and now you see the problem in the position. Yeah, like although you have the bishop pair, he has more development. And I think one of the main problems that you're facing, like rook e1 is coming up next, and you are going to be in big trouble. Actually, f5 pawn is also hanging. You played f4. Okay.
Yes.
Knight e4, yeah. Your opponent is playing well now. Suddenly, rook f5.
Yeah.
Queen f3. Knight d7. But now knight d6 is coming. Oh, what if knight d6? Attacking your rook, and
D6.
also after knight d7, he played rook e1. If he played knight d6,
yeah.
So rook a1 you played, knight e5, okay, queen
95.
d1. And why didn't you take the bishop now on c4? That's a juicy bishop.
Yeah, I was calculating some attack. Yeah, I didn't consider. That's why I made a very big blunders
Chinmay,
here.
do you have, what is the
Yeah,
time control you play?
10 minutes generally, which is
10 minutes?
10 plus
Okay.
0.
This looks like a game you played with very little time. Knight g4, h3, knight f2, takes, and you got checkmated. My god. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just played it very
I
fast.
have two,
I
three
didn't think
suggestions for you based on these games that I've seen.
Yes.
Maybe I should look at more games to understand you better, but for the lack of time, maybe what I will suggest to you: one,
Yes.
development is very important. Whenever you are playing chess, try to develop all your pieces before going for an attack. Bring out your knights, bring out your bishops, castle. Try to get your rooks in the center. Play first. I know you will have instincts to go for an attack, for a how do you call it? Uh, a flashy attack, premature attack, but
Yeah.
try to control it. Try to develop your pieces first. Secondly, whenever you are going to make your move, try to think what are my opponent's options after it. Try to look at the best option for your opponent. Like in this case, you were so much into attacking your opponent's king with queen h4, knight g4 that you forgot you are getting backrank mated.
Yes.
And
yes.
you don't look at opponent's move. Like for example, when you are going to play your move, instead of just thinking your move, think what your opponent will do also to that move. So think one move ahead right now my suggestion to you is think only one move ahead. Try to see मेरा opponent क्या करेगा, इसके बाद मेरा opponent ये move को क्या करेगा, ठीक है, what will my opponent do, एक move आगे.
Yes.
इतना करोगे तुम?
No. When it's obvious moves, I can guess it, but when the starting in the opening phase, I didn't think of opponent's move. That's
या ट्राई टू लुक, कभी भी मूव करने वाले हो ना, तुम्हारा मूव करने वाले हो तो ये पूछो कि मैं ये मूव करूंगा तो ओपोनेंट क्या खेलेगा, व्हाट विल माय ओपोनेंट प्ले इफ आई मेक दिस मूव, ओके. और दूसरा चीज, पीसेस डेवलप करो, डेवलप ऑल योर पीसेस इन द ओपनिंग, ओके, एंड try to play slower. If 10 minutes is too fast for you, try to play a 20-minute game, क्योंकि अभी ये फेज है.
हाँ, मैं कभी कभी 15+10 खेल रहा हूँ तो मतलब मैं वो हार जाता हूँ उसमें भी जल्दी, क्योंकि बहुत फास्ट खेलता हूँ इसलिए.
So go slow, don't try to rush, and remember, chess improvement करना है आपको. यू वांट टू इम्प्रूव एट चेस, आपको रेटिंग नहीं बढ़ाना है. सी रेटिंग तो आज 1600 भी पहुंच गया, लेकिन अगर आप सोच ठीक से नहीं रहे, इफ यू आर नॉट थिंकिंग वेल, देन देयर इज नो पॉइंट. रेटिंग यू मे इवन गो टू 2000, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज टू थिंक वेल. अच्छे से सोचना है. सो उसके लिए टाइम चाहिए, उसके लिए अच्छा एक थिंकिंग डेवलप करना है, ठीक है.
हाँ.
ओके चिन्मय, अच्छे से खेलना, पीसेस डेवलप करना एवरी गेम में, और सेकेंडली कभी भी ओपोनेंट के प्लान्स को इंपॉर्टेंस देना, ठीक है. ये कॉन्सेप्ट मैंने इसके पहले के कॉल में भी समझाया है, तो वो भी सुनना कैसे मैंने बताया है, हाउ टू लुक एट ओपोनेंट्स आइडियाज.
Sagar, which is the best opening for black against Rui Lopez when he plays bishop b5?
What is the best opening? You can play anything. You can play
with the black.
You can play, if you are an aggressive player, जो मुझे लगता है, you should try for archangles.
Archangle.
हाँ, जो e4 e5 ऐसे I can show you. If you are an aggressive player, then e4 e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castles, and bishop c5.
I generally play this. Bishop c5.
This is one, or maybe first you play b. If I'm not mistaken, you start with b5 here.
b4, yeah, modern archangle.
Yeah, and then bishop b3, and then bishop c5. Yeah, to play aggressively. This is an aggressive line. If you want to play positionally, then you can play bishop e7, rook e1, and b5, which is more like the closed eye Lopez. We have videos on the Brayer in the series by Amin Basim.
Yeah, watch the Brayer.
Yeah, it's a complex opening. I agree with you. It's not very simple. It's a complex opening.
Yeah.
So try to play simple chess first. Try to maybe look at some bishop c5 lines, which may be more to your liking, because I see you are clearly an attacking player.
Yes, I usually play with white bishop c5.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, Chinmay.
okay.
Take care, and I will see you soon. And all the best for your chess improvement.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Sagar. Bye.
If you can disconnect the call, just red button if you press. Okay, good. I think we have time for one last call now. It's 10 o'clock already. But Patta Gobi is back. Fantastic, fantastic. This is a good way to end today. Okay, very good. I think Nikhil managed to put you back in. Very good, Nikhil. Thank you so much. Okay, so where were we exactly? Yeah, I was showing you this Vishy Anand game, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think your issue was always... One second.
I just like play impatiently after a point.
Yeah.
As
So
you're
I
talking
was
about.
asking you, what should black
Play.
play in this position? White play in this position. White to move.
Right. Yeah. So I can't see the screen, so I arranged it on a
Okay,
chessboard
fantastic.
because I had time. So I think white can still continue with the queen c8, queen to that.
Sorry, queen?
Queen to c8
Yeah.
can still lead to, like, it'll be mate in one if not stopped. And if knight takes on h8, then rook can take on h8 and we can have that.
Yeah, but then you lose an exchange without any reason. Yeah, you don't want to lose an exchange in this position after queen c8.
But there will still be, like, what ways are there to prevent mate in one then? If even if you exchange the rook, like if I exchange the rook for a knight, I'm still threatening mate in one,
How?
right?
The rook is gone, right? Then there is no rook, so there is no queen a8 check.
Wait, I think I got the position wrong then, because give me a
You
second.
maybe just check the stream now. I think the stream will show you the
Yeah.
actual position.
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, Anshuman Das is here. Anshuman Das has just contributed 10,000 rupees. बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो सागर भाई. Anshuman Das, I'm very grateful to you, thankful to you as always for this, and yeah, I don't have words, and I would really want if we can figure out a way in which we can help some of the chess players in Indian chess with all this that you are supporting Chess Base India. That would be very kind of you, and I'm thoroughly grateful to you for what you are doing.
All right, we can have knight takes on e5.
Yeah, but knight e5, just knight into e5 here. I mean it again. You want to play queen c8. Okay, what if I take knight h8 then? You just lose a rook, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. That I got.
Yeah.
Like, I had assumed that there was a rook on h1, so that was like I had made the position.
Okay, good.
So, but knight takes on e5, and then there will be no threat of mate. So that is not. So even if I put queen c8 after that, there will be
Now
no
you
point
see
to
the
that.
position, yeah? So basically queen c8 loses to knight into h8 in this position, and what Anand did here in this position is he played rook e8. He wanted to save his rook, and next move he wants to threaten queen c8 and mate. Same thing.
Check. Yeah.
But he fell one move short. Chess is often about looking at your opponent's moves. And Anand Carlsen just went in queen a1, queen e1 check, king a2, and rook f1. And you see the same thing which white wanted to do to black is what black did to white. Queen e1, king a2, rook f1.
Queen e1, rook. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Wait, I
check
can't
the
follow this.
stream. Kishore Hazarika ji, thank you so much. Nice t-shirt. It's one of my oldest t-shirts I have. Yeah, so just funny things. I'm liking both the streams, video stream and text. Yeah, well, Dimur has hijacked the chat as always, and I am very grateful to him. You know, he's amazing. He keeps the people, and I could just glimpse few of the things he was writing. He was liking, I need 10 photos, 10 girls, or something like that. Pallav Doshi, Shubh Prabhat Sagar. Thank you, Pallav. Welcome to you. Good morning. And we had one more. I think Viraj Pandit had sent. Thanks a lot, Sagar. I'll implement your suggestions and get back to you with some results. Wonderful initiative, Dr. Chess. Viraj, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Okay.
Yes, sir. That makes sense. Like it was practically very symmetrical position because it was the exact same
Yeah,
opposite.
both wanted to mate, and after rook f1, Anand went king a3 here. You have the position on the board, king a3. How should black continue now?
Give a second.
It's just one more move. King a3. Play king a3 after that position.
Queen e1, king a2, rook f1, king a3, then queen a1, I think.
But then king b4.
King b4. Okay, wait.
You know, Carlson made one move and Anand resigned here.
I think we can get the king into the game. We can push king a6 maybe.
You
so
will
that...
get rook a8 check, and then you might get checkmated. There. Rook a8, king b5, rook a5 mate. Okay, no, you have to give up the queen.
Yeah, but that will again be a loss. We can have b5, but how will we? We just need to make sure that the king cannot go to b4,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. So how do you stop it?
And okay. But we have to make sure that there is no mate also with the rook.
So first of all,
Like
he shouldn't be allowed to come into c8 and mate you. Secondly, you need to stop
Exactly.
the king from coming to b4. How do you stop king b4?
Okay, we can have c5.
Absolutely, c5. And what if I take king into a4 now? I take the pawn, so that if you give me queen a1 check, I will run king b3.
We can have... No, we can't take it. Okay.
Can you mute your chat like this beep beep more noise that's coming?
Last time I tried, it didn't turn out so well.
No, wait. Don't do it. You may go away. Yeah, let it be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
it's mate in one.
oh yeah, we can have queen b4.
Absolutely. So there was mate here as well. And so in the game, actually, what happened is that Vishy got checkmated even before he could checkmate his opponent with the idea. So therefore, now in this, let's go to the first position where the queen is on b4, rook is on, knight is on g6, rook is on h8. If you can see the first position.
I'm opening the stream again. The first position where we started in this position, like this game. Yeah, give me a second.
Nikhil, what is the way to switch off this beep beep sound? What are the steps? If you can just later on let me know, I will help them. Maybe you have to go to settings and do it. But anyway, right now we should.
Yes, I got the position.
So here it was white to move. White moved his rook to e8 and got checkmated after queen e1 and rook f1. So now it's your move. What should have Anand played here? With white. His rook is attacked. You know, his rook is hanging on h8.
Yes, yes, yes.
He's also a pawn down.
Uh, so one way is if we move b3, we can stop the. But then we'll lose the rook. Wait. To prevent check, okay, we can go back rook h1.
Yeah, rook h1 is a
But then
little
we.
passive. It's a I guess one of the logical moves in the position. But do you have a better move than that?
Thinking. Okay, wait. Do we have any checks? We have one check, but that'll lose the rook. Rook a8 check. Otherwise, uh, why is b3 not good? I don't get it. B3 is decent because
No,
we'll
rook is
be attacking the
rook is
queen.
hanging on h8.
But if they take the rook, we'll take the queen,
Oh,
right?
you mean c3, not b3.
Sorry, c3,
C3.
c3.
C3 is one possible move. Okay. What if I play to c3 queen rook f1 check?
Right. Rook f1 check, king a2.
And mate in 1?
Yeah. Then we have mate in 1.
Queen b3 mate.
By queen b3 is mate in 1. Yeah.
So you need to actually take care of your back rank and also keep your rook active. How will you do that?
Yeah, but again, like that's what Anand did, right? Anand moved it to e1, e8, and then that led to checkmate 2.
Yes, but that's the point.
So,
Yeah, he forgot about his own king and he went for opponent's king. You remember your
yeah,
own
but like
king and you still try to keep pieces active. How do you do that?
I'm just saying that as soon as you move the rook anywhere else except the first,
Yeah.
except a1, h1, then they'll still be mate. So, okay, you can maybe move rook h6.
No, but there's a pawn, so you lose with the pawn.
Right. Okay, that's stupid. Very confused here.
Look at always checks, captures, and threats. So what are the checks in the position?
Rook a8
And?
check, but I'll just do. There is another check. What?
See, you are not looking at the entire board. When you don't look at the entire board, you can't find the moves. So you are looking only at this check, but there is a long check in the position instead of just rook a8. There's one.
Oh, right. Queen g1 check.
Queen g1, and then after he, let's say, defends with b6, you can now play rook e8, and this position is around equal, mainly because now black cannot coordinate and checkmate the white king. So it's a small thing.
Because queen.
But from this, what we learn is chess and in life normally we are always looking at our plans. We want to checkmate someone, we want to attack the opponent, we want to do this. But if only I forgot your name. What was it? Shresht. If you all,
You can always.
sorry. Yeah, it's not Patta Gobi.
You can always call me Patta Gobi.
Okay. So Shresht, in this, whenever you play chess, today's I think concept of entire thing is look at one move for your opponent. Look at one or more than one move. If you can look at one move, look at one more. And in this way, like if Anand, such a great player, had only seen what after I move my rook, what is my opponent going to do? And he sees, oh, both his queen and rook are getting into the position, then he gets checkmated. it might be he would have seen queen g1 check first and then played his move. So try doing
Yeah.
this. Yeah. And I don't
Yeah.
remember, your question was about you getting impatient in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, so let me tell you something. Basically, let's say I start a game as white. I play e4, e5. The normal, like, let's say I always like start with the Italian game because I'm not very comfortable with many other openings. And it's very like after we get the bishop to c4, I
Yeah.
think. C4, yeah, bishop c4, and then after castle and all, I don't know. Like the next move I'm supposed to play, I get the rook on e1, but after that I don't know what to do because white has to make the first move to do something else, and I'm not very sure about how to reach, like, about the transition from the opening to the middle game.
Okay.
So that I get
Shresh,
confused
I
about.
think one important thing which you have to do is you have been play. I think you have learned chess by playing. Yeah, you haven't put in effort to learn chess more like through solving or stuff like that. Which I can see that whenever you're suggesting a move, sometimes you are also losing pieces, in that sense. So that's why I would give a lot of importance to solving tactics. Okay, try to.
That's the thing. When I do that, it works out. Like sometimes I can give like 5-10 minutes about that. Maybe right now it was tough because I was looking at the phone rather than
Yeah,
like
I understand.
that.
I understand. But try to think of it in a way where you are playing a game, not try to look at it as something where you are only solving. Many times we look at position which is coming on. Where do you solve these positions? On which platform?
Chess is
Yeah.
leeches.
So
Chess.com.
whenever a position comes
Like we
up
can only.
on your
Yeah.
screen, what you would do is either best move kya hai, let me find. But in a game,
Yeah.
no one tells you कि यहाँ पे best move है. No one tells you कि find a good move. So what you should do is you
Exactly.
must transport yourself as if you are playing a game while solving. So let's say if a position comes up, don't try to see what is the best move here. Oh, there must be something. Look at it as if you are playing a game online with an opponent and try to think, what would I have done in a normal game? It's very difficult because you will fool yourself many times by saying, I would have sacrificed a rook here. But in a game, you wouldn't have that much guts to do. You may be like, Arey, ye nahi chalega.
Yeah.
So the more closer you can bring your practice sessions to your actual game. So it is very important to switch off your chats or your TV or your computer or your music, or you are talking to someone is disturbing you. All of that, try to stop it, and whenever you're practicing chess, be in a quiet room as if it's a game, as if it's a normal game of chess that you're playing, and try to put yourself. Have you ever played an over the board tournament? Have you gone to a tournament to play?
No, once in school, but that's just.
Exactly, but if ever you will go in future, you will see the atmosphere there very calm. You must have seen some videos, no one talks to each other, 100% focus. So this is how you practice, this is how you imagine yourself, and then try to solve them in a way where you come up with moves that you would play in a game. Okay, it is
Okay.
this is
So
the
so
way in which you will improve. You are telling me that yes, I can do that while I'm practicing, but I can't find it in game because your mindset is different on both occasions. Your mindset in game is like, मुझे पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है, I have to just move. While solving, there is something here. So instead of while
Exactly.
solving, instead of thinking something is here, think what would you do in a game,
Right.
and then you improve that mindset so that in the game you get this solver's mindset. What, through experience, what I've realized is whenever an opponent makes, or whenever someone makes a bad move, I can immediately feel it. Oh, there's something wrong here, let me see what is wrong. So this comes with practice.
Right.
It's not going to come very soon, it's not going to happen overnight, but keep doing it, keep solving more tactics. And as Vidit said yesterday's stream, if you have seen, he used to solve nearly
Yeah.
1,000 positions in a week. If you can
Yeah.
also do that, maybe within a month you will be really strong. If you solve say 5 positions each day, it doesn't really add up to much. Yeah,
Right.
so solve more, give more time if you have it. I don't know how is your time schedule, but if you have it, try to dedicate 3 to 4 hours to that.
So, sir, when I play a game, would you suggest I rather play longer
Yes.
games and like fewer, or would you suggest that I play many more
Longer
games? Or
games till your thought process is not structured, till you have not understood how to think. Play longer games. Even a half an hour game is good. Once you realize, see, now I
alright,
can see that in Samai actually. I was at first 10 minutes seemed less for him. Now that his thought process is structured, now that he has more experience, he's played a lot, he's trained a lot, he's learned a lot of things. Now 10 minutes seems long for him. He's like 5 minute ka khelna hai. I want to play 5-minute chess. Same thing will happen to you, but start with longer time control. Once you start getting better, the time will come down.
alright.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shreyas. Okay, guys, I will take this opportunity to end today's Dr. Chess. We had a lot of people today, and we had a very, very interesting show. I think one thing which I do take back from today's episode is that a lot of people do not think about their opponent's ideas. They are always looking at what I want to do, what I want to do. Remember, chess is a game of two players. If you can think of what opponent's ideas are, you will improve, you will do that. I have to first of all thank Timur for being in the chat. He's saying today I have negotiations at 4 p.m. Baku time. What negotiations, Timur? What are you negotiating? By the way, I must tell that Timur is like a national hero in his country, Azerbaijan. So I'm sure he has a lot of important things to do. He's not slept tonight, and he still came here and hijacked the stream. Timur, so many people could talk to such a wonderful person, such a strong player, and I am very grateful. Atul, thank you so much for being here. And guys, make sure that you like the stream and stay tuned. Next time on Dr. Chess, we'll have more people coming in, and keep working hard on chess. Okay, the thing is, it seems like, I always remember this picture, which is like a person is hitting a wall and he's trying to break down the wall, and he wants to find gold, and he's hitting and he's hitting, and the gold is just like now just a few hits away, but there's still the same wall that is being seen, and they're like, oh my god, I've been hitting since such a long time, nothing is coming up, but the gold is really close, and they give up. And so don't do that. Try to keep working hard, try to continue. If you are on the right path, you will be able to improve. And chess related, okay, Timur has some negotiations today at 4, and we look forward to his streams. Thank you so much, Jamil. Oh, Indian friends, fantastic, that's going to be interesting. Jamil, Timur, thank you for joining in. Also for all the people who were here, thank you all for joining, all the people who came on the stream. I hope you found something useful, and I'll see you again tomorrow with the next episode of Improving Chess, and next Thursday with Dr. Chess. See you. Bye bye.